Good morning and welcome to morning meditation. We're still on Galatians 6:1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. And we talked about the possibility, the prerequisite. We've talked about the process. Last time, we want to talk about the prudence and the spirit of meekness. The Bible says that Moses was a man that was meek above all men, yet he was one of the greatest leaders, and the Bible declares him one of the greatest leaders. God said he was a friend of his. When I look around today, I see a lot of pride, and not to hurt anyone's feelings, but they call it gay pride, and I have a problem with that. Pride leads to destruction. And that happens not only in the spiritual world, but it happens in the physical world. There's nothing proud about sin, whatever the sin is. In God's sight, it's something to humble ourselves before the hand of God. We're all sinners. We all struggle with different things. And the admonition here in Galatians 6:1 is, if a brother be overtaken in a fault, has some blind spots, needs some help, boy, we're supposed to be there for that person, but we need to be careful because last of all, the precaution, considering thine own self, lest thou be tempted. Bear ye one another's burdens and fulfill the law of Christ. Solomon told us two are better than one, and it just simply means to carry somebody else's load, help them along. Boy, there's nothing better than a fellow Christian that understands. Now, I'm not talking about two Christians sitting around being critical and complaining. I'm talking about when we all have real burdens that we're bearing or struggles that we have, whether we're discouraged, disheartened, maybe disillusioned. There's nothing wrong with finding a good spiritual Christian to help us get back on track, get encouraged, get back serving the Lord, and to help other people too. Just a quick note, brother, it seems like you're a little down. I just wanted to write you a quick note and encourage you. Christian, I want to encourage you through these devotions. We're all susceptible to discouragement. We're all susceptible to falling, and we all have, as Hebrews 12 says, sins that just so easily beset us and weights that so easily beset us. Let me take a moment here and just say this. Christian, be correctable. I can't tell you the number of Christians I've met, pastors, staff members, just regular Christians in the church, just uncorrectable. Anytime you go to them to do it in a kind and compassionate spirit, boy, they bristle up, they buck up, they stand up, and boy, just won't take it. And we all need to be correctable. There's times we all need correction, and we need to be able to take that in the spirit of meekness. But if we're helping somebody else, let's be careful. There aren't some things we need to be watching out for. Galatians 6:4 goes on to say, but let every man prove his own work. Then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. And 2 Corinthians says, they that compare themselves among themselves are not wise. Let's be wise Christians, wise helpers. Let's make sure we're bearing others' burdens. We're bearing our own burdens. And when we're struggling, get some help. If you see somebody else struggling, get your shoulder under there and give them some help. It's amazing to me to see Christians, God's delivered and done a wonderful work, and then they expect everybody else to just snap to and come around quicker than they did. Let's all have a little grace with one another. How about it? Let's all have a little patience with one another. Let's all be helpers. Let's all be burden bearers. Let's all be the kind of Christian that Jesus was, the one that can come alongside, the one that can help to bear somebody else's burden. When somebody stumbles, instead of pointing it out, help them back up. And boy, if we have a bunch of Christians doing that, we are going to have a church that won't have enough room to receive everybody that comes in. Today, I want to encourage you to bear one another's burdens. God bless you and have a wonderful day.